Hello, good evening. I'm Oral Gibbes, and welcome to Oral Gibbes Live, coming to you live here from World Star Studios at Amsterdam Shopping Center. And just a reminder that you can always follow us on Facebook. And if you want to know what's going on, if you want to be the first to see our special programs or recorded shows, I'll tell you what you have to do. You subscribe to Oral Gibbes YouTube channel, and you'll be the first to know before anyone else. All right, so my guest this evening is Mr. Felix. Mr. Felix is president of the St. Martin Dominica Foundation. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine. Thanks for having me.
All right, and we also have Mr. Williams, who is the public relations officer for the same foundation. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing wonderful. Good evening to all our viewers, and good evening to you, Mr. Gibbes.
All right, thank you. So I got to start first with this gentleman. He's no stranger to us, not to me. I mean, the first time I have him on the show, but I know him for a long time, over 40 years, right?
For 40 years. It's been a long time, Roger.
Yeah, we worked together at Mullet Bay.
At Mullet Bay,
Yeah.
the good old days of Mullet Bay.
Those days will never come back.
That's right, that's right, that's right.
So these days, how are you doing? Because you're now president of the foundation?
Yes, I'm doing well, reasonably well. You know, I have a few health concerns, but I'm all right. Yes, I'm president of the Commonwealth of Dominica Foundation, you know, which was formed just recently after the passing of Tropical Storm Erica.
Okay.
You know, we saw the need, you know, to revive the foundation. The foundation was there, but it was dormant. So we brought it back into being because we see there's a need for that foundation in the community. You know, so myself and a few other well-heeled and well-intentioned people got together, you know, and we revived the foundation. And it's been going well. I must say it's been going well. We have a few challenges along the way, as there is always in life and other things, but it's been going well.
You know, a lot of people were so surprised because when that tropical storm passed by, no one expected that.
Absolutely, nobody expected it, OJ. It was one of those phenomenons. You know, Dominica is a country that it always rains. Dominica always handle the water, but it during that time, just before that time, we had a drought, more or less. You know, throughout the Caribbean there was drought.
Right.
And we had this massive downpour, you know, that, the island just could not handle, you know. So, yeah, we had that disaster in Dominica. But I must report that Dominica it has recovered. You know, you have to look very closely to see, you know, the damage. I mean, if you go in certain parts of the island, like in the southeast, you will see, you know, where one village was completely wiped out. But other than that, you know, it's beautiful, as green and clean as ever.
But it's not even a year yet.
It's not a year yet. It's just about 8 months, less than 8 months.
Yeah.
It happened last August.
Oh,
So that's about 6 or 7 months.
And we also have with us the public relations officer, Mr. Williams.
Yes.
So tell us about you. I mean, I'm meeting you for the first time. So.
That's right. I have seen you a lot of times sitting in my living room, but it's the first time sitting in your living room.
Right.
Well, yes, as the president mentioned, you know, as a fellow Dominican residing on St. Martin, I was extremely impressed with the support that when the storm Erica, you know, destroyed the destruction which took place on the Nature Island, that the mix of culture here, the different races, where they really stepped up and contributed and assisted Dominica, and based on that, you know, a group of us felt that there's no way we should be here and have a foundation that's dormant. So, you know, this was like, you know, waking up the sleeping giants,
Yeah.
you know, right here on St. Martin. And ever since from August, we have been pushing and trying our utmost best in taking care of a lot of stuff. We did a concert. We did a relief concert, which contributed in assisting Dominica. We also did a Valentine's dinner for the first time, which was very well accepted. and beautiful. As a matter of fact, we have discussed where it's definitely going to be something annual, so the public can look out for that. We did a barbecue not too long ago because we had a 1-year-old baby from Dominica where they found fluid in the blood, where they had to fly the baby to Martinique and some operation.
How's the baby doing now?
Well, we are still waiting because getting the baby to Martinique, they realized it was not only the fluid in the brain, but there was a tumor. So now Martinique is working with France, seeing how that they could probably move the baby to France and see what is going to take place. So we're all on a standstill, and with some prayers and hoping that everything works out for the best.
Is this like a newborn?
Yeah, it's just about a year. The baby was doing fine, and then all of a sudden, the parents found out that he is moving very slow. It's not responding. So when they brought him to the doctor, to the pediatrician, they realized that something was wrong.
And Dominica is very close to Martinique. In fact, I think you can see Dominica from Martinique, right?
That's right. That's right. So I know for St. Martin, I know we go to Santo Domingo, we go to Colombia. Growing up in Dominica, any severe, medical assistance, we go between Guadeloupe, Martinique. Our French brothers and sisters,
And you all speak the same Creole, is that?
Oui, c'est ça, nous parlons même créole là.
Yeah.
I said yes, we do.
Yeah. At least it makes it a lot easier to communicate.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, because the Haitian Creole is a little different. Saint Lucia, Dominica, Guadeloupe, Martinique, we speak the same Creole.
I know that in Martinique they also speak a lot about Saint Lucia too.
Yes.
Also close by.
Yeah. Okay, you could see Martinique from Saint Lucia.
Oh, okay.
Dominica is in the middle.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah.
So you have Martinique, which is on the north side, and Martinique is on the south side of Dominica, and Guadeloupe on the north. But after Martinique, it's Saint Lucia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you've been to Martinique too in Guadeloupe?
Yeah, because the other side of me, the Cap, where I play music, I was one of the guys who created the bouillon.
Oh, okay.
The bouillon days, and I know I might be sitting here quiet, but you'll look for me Juve morning in April, so you will see that different side.
And what's the name of your band again?
Well, when I lived in Dominica, it was the First Serenade Band, and I have my band here now, which is Rohan Rhythm.
Oh, okay.
So back in those days, we did a lot of performance in Guadeloupe and Martinique, and also Saint Lucia.
Okay. So which one's the best island? Martinique or Guadeloupe?
Well, it's what you're looking for. It's based on what you are looking for.
Yeah.
But you see, that's one of the things too in the music industry. Most of the time, when you go to the different islands, it's in the evening time. You are in the club. You are performing. Okay. But I enjoy Martinique in the sense of the cleanliness. If you're looking at the two islands, they are too mountainous like Dominica, green, but Martinique is cleaner.
So funding, how is that going so far?
Well, what we have to do for funding, funding is always a challenge, and what we have done is go on a membership drive, which we hope to, as we go during the year, have several membership drive. We try to do some fundraisers. We have several scheduled for this year. And so we're looking at 2016, where we will be, or we try to be set financially. Because, as a foundation, you need funds to exist, to do certain things. In the community that we live in, like we say, we are Dominica, St. Martin Dominica Foundation. We intend not only to do things in Dominica, assist in Dominica, but also in St. Martin, wherever we can, whatever organization or individual needs help. Because at the end of the day, that's where we live. That's where we make what we call our daily bread. And it's something I always told my compatriots, we have to be grateful for that. being here, I've been here, like we said, for 44 years.
Yeah.
This island has made me who I am today, has assisted me and my family a lot. I'm very, very grateful. And we have to give back to the community. Basically, that's one of our core values, giving back to the community that we're living in. And so, yes, the fundraisers as we go along, that's key to making the foundation work.
And the thing is that I was speaking to someone the other day, and they was telling me, when you look at St. Martin and Dominica, there's certain areas, professions that are dominated by people from Dominica, and I didn't think about it at the time. It's so true.
Well, Uji, when you look in the industry, like tourism is our number one economic pillar, and you look at that, there are Dominicans in all sectors of the industry here, the tourism industry. And I remember when I worked at Mullet, there were Dominicans all over the place. When I worked at Coopercoy, Dominicans all over. In his hotel, we had lunch at his hotel today, and there are Dominicans all over. My people, for some reason, I don't know what it is, they find themselves in that little areas of the sector, that they excel in. Bartenders, waiters, waitresses, front desk clerks, maids, That's why I always say to my people, keep your head high. Keep your head high. You don't let nobody talk down on you.
Right.
You are important. You are doing a good job. You are contributing to the economy here on the island. So don't take a backward step.
Yeah, and the thing is that Dominica is a country that don't have the kind of hotels that St. Martin have. They're more smaller, more intimate, right?
Yes.
That's
and still they produce so many people in the hotel industry. That, it's amazing. You look at it.
And I think it has to do too with the culture.
Oh, okay.
Because in Dominica we have a very rich culture of a strong community togetherness. Dominica is designed in a way that the different communities that you go to, you would find every community has the school, the community center, the church, the village council, the foundation, whatever committee.
Yeah.
So it's like everyone grows up in the committee together and really giving each other love and respect. So that's just a natural reaction. So sometimes no matter, even if now you get to what we call the commercial aspect of it, but if it has been engraved in you growing up from a toddler, giving love and giving respect, it just comes out, naturally. And Dominicans are known to be very hard workers, people who are very proud, people of principle and would work hard.
Yeah.
So another thing, OJ, is I heard Hillary Clinton said once, it takes a village to grow up a child or family. And that's very, very evident in Dominica. And I'll tell you why. The kids go to school and they have respect for the teachers. They come from school and they're walking on the road, they have respect for the elders. I mean, you see some cases, somebody mess up, some child.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, that child go home and somebody complain to that child's mother. That child is in trouble.
Oh, okay.
And so, yes, so we have that in us, from home, in that we have to have respect. And yes, we come into the outside world, and that goes on wherever we go. Of course, you will find every now and then you have a bad egg somewhere around here.
That's common everywhere.
Yes,
Everybody got it.
Yes. But basically, that's how Dominicans are brought up, with respect, and for self and for others.
You know Pastor Salt?
Yes, I know very well. Very, very well.
In fact, I had him here in the program a few months ago on the other show, and he's a young man from Dominica.
From Dominica,
yeah. You also have in Dominica, I think every year a cultural event. Is it called Carnival? What is the name of that?
World Creole Music Festival.
World Creole Music Festival.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a very unique festival, because every Caribbean island has a music festival. But the World Creole Music Festival in Dominica, it's not just a music festival, but it's like a cultural festival.
Oh, okay.
Because when you go to Dominica around this time, you see all the same way the businesses here decorate when it's Christmas. All companies in Dominica decorate with the independence, the Creole wear during this season.
What time is that?
It's in October.
Last week in October,
Yeah.
early November.
So even like we do what we have a Creole in the park in our botanical garden. So you can go there all week and receive only Creole cooking, all the different dishes, you know, and from the kids, from toddler going to school, they are dressed in the national wear. So it's a culture shock.
So you all get a lot of people from all over coming from different places?
All over.
Yeah.
All over.
It is, if I may, it's something to behold in Dominica during that time, because like Rohan says, everybody dresses in their cultural wear. If you go to every village, there is cultural dances and celebrations going on, and every village have their own different things. It's a week or 2 weeks of cultural festivals all over Dominica. One day during that time, I think it was Dame Eugenia Charles, she insisted that everybody in Dominica on that day wears their cultural wear and speak Creole. You go to church, you parle patois. You go to the bank, you parle patois. You go to the school, you speak patois.
Yeah.
You know? It's something that's ingrained in those people, and they take that culture very, very seriously.
Wow.
And that
Very,
goes on
very
still,
seriously. Yeah, it goes on still,
They call it Jou Creole.
Creole, Johnny
So,
Creole, yeah.
So it's the day of speaking Creole.
Now, what about the Caribs that are there? They also speak Creole, or they're separate from everybody else?
No, they take part. They take part in all the cultural event we're having. This is our history. So the Caribs are there doing their dance, playing the old folk songs and everything at the different concerts. You know,
Yeah.
and they do stuff in the territory where they're from.
Yeah.
So it's really a beautiful cultural event.
And the Caribs have their own area that is reserved for them?
Yes,
Yes.
it's called the Kalinago territory. It's how many miles? It's how many acres, or 1,000 something acres of land that's reserved for the Carib people. That's where they are. You know, every now and then you'll find them one or two go to the outside, but basically that's theirs. Designated Kalinago territory.
Oh.
Lands.
So,
And it's a beautiful area, beautiful waterfront, you know, forests, you know, greens, agriculture, you know, arts and crafts, you know. That's a people you have to get to know. Nice people, excellent, nice. They'll give you the shirt off their backs, the Carib people. Really, really beautiful.
And in arts and craft, they are excellent in arts and crafts. Beautifully handmade.
So when you look at Dominica, and it's a very big island, a lot bigger than St. Martin, very mountainous. I saw a program a few weeks ago where this guy traveled to Dominica. He went up in the mountains, and there's a volcano, I think, there with a spring, very hot.
Yes, there's a lot of that all around, all over Dominica. You have, you know, sulfur springs.
Yeah.
And it's,
When I saw that, I said, well, I got to go to Dominica.
well, I mean, you know this guy for 40 years.
42. I know.
42 years, and it haven't happened this year. I can only promise you one thing here tonight. It won't take me 40 years to ensure that you're in Dominica with us.
I gotta get there. Don't worry. I have a brother-in-law who's from Dominica, and they have a restaurant in Dominica. I just haven't been there yet, but I'm gonna go soon.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. But so the foundation, you said you're all trying to get more members and so forth, but it shouldn't be difficult. A lot of people from Dominica live in St. Martin.
Yes, but as I mentioned earlier on, Dominicans are a group of proud persons. And in everything else, Dominicans want to ensure, we use the expression, this is not a tout chaud, tout flamme. But I will admit that the events that we have been having, they do come out in numbers and support and patronize. Like the barbecue we did on Saturday.
Yeah.
Tentatively, we are trying to do one on the 16th of April again, because what we have decided as a foundation, we have something that we have discussed, that a lot of foundations always go to companies and always asking for donation, sponsor. We feel as a foundation, we are going to be out there. So say, for example, if we go to Prime, we don't want to say, Prime, let us have free chicken. No. We want to say, Prime, we are doing a barbecue. We want 10 cartons of chicken. What's the discount price? No discount price? Okay, if we purchase 10, would you give us one free? So what we have decided as a foundation, ever so often, we don't want to wait when there is something like the baby to do an event. So that's why we're trying to do something on a monthly basis, have some barbecue, that we can generate funds, and we use these funds to assist people who are in need.
So you're going to need some funds for that baby that you mentioned earlier too, right?
Yes.
Is
yes.
The baby is now in France or still in Martinique?
Still in Martinique,
okay.
And we are waiting as to what is going to be the result on that. So that's probably something, again, we might have to go on a drive on a large scale, based on what the outcome is. I'll try our utmost best as to whichever ways and means we can assist in saving the life of Jairon.
Okay. So what else you would like us to know about the foundation that you all think is important? Because you said that you all reactivated the foundation after the storm last year.
Erica.
Right? Yeah.
Well, I must say I want them to know that we are focused. We have a very strong executive member team, and we have a very strong board. And so far, as Clayton said, we have been very efficient. Persons are really stepping up and doing what is required, in the assistance that is needed. So I think I could safely say that we are not going to be that too show too flam organization. We're with the leadership of our president. I mean, it's just, it gives me a pleasure to work on the side of this gentleman with his leadership. We are being acknowledged and embraced very well by the government of Dominica, because including today, the Speaker of the House was on her way to Morocco, and she stopped here for a few hours, where it came from Foreign Affairs to Foreign Affairs here also, but they also copied it to the Dominica Foundation. So we embraced her, we picked her up, gave a little tour. She met the Speaker of the House here, Sarah Westcott. We had lunch at the Oyster Bay Beach Resort, so we gave her a little taste of St. Martin, and she left on her way. So, the government down there are impressed with what we have been doing. The president has been working with the prime minister as to one of the projects that we could assist in the families who have lost their homes over the storm Erica. And we have spoken to, because one of the things we want to do here is at Soccer Garden. We have spoken to Dr. Arundel in helping with the kids. So as the president said earlier on, that's what we are trying to do, as much event as possible to generate the funds and to really assist in these different organizations.
That's Dr. Arundel, the medical doctor?
Yeah, she has where the young boys.
Pardon? Yeah. Ujima Foundation, that's it?
I can't remember the name she gave us on the email. But they have some young boys.
Dr. Arundel, that's the reason why I ask you which one.
Yeah, she's the one that's she's running in Soccer Garden, where you have the young boys who are in need, to assist them in their education and with housing and different things. And it's so amazing, because during the storm Erica, they were one who went around and collected so many stuff and assisted in packing to get containers out to Dominica. And I must take this time and mention that St. Martin has the record, because we're all over the world, Dominicans you know, tried and people assisted, but this little island donated 7 to 8 containers. And nowhere else did that. Everywhere else did 2, 3, maximum 4 containers. Left the UK, different parts in the US to go to Dominica, but St. Martin
7.
did 7.
But you know, honestly speaking, I know so many people from Dominica, and there's so many people from Dominica and St. Martin that I don't know still.
Yeah.
It's amazing the amount of people. Sometimes I ask myself if half the population is in St. Martin. A lot of people, sometimes I meet them, I ask, and they tell me Dominica. There's a lot of people from Dominica. I don't know if you all keep a record of how many it is. It's a lot. You won the first ones.
Unofficially, I used to think so, but they were before me. Unofficially, there's about 7,000.
7,000?
Yes,
Wow.
yes, on St. Martin. Just to elaborate a little bit on what the foundation has done, of what the foundation means for St. Martin. We just received 2 scholarships from the government from the State College in Dominica.
Oh, okay.
That we are going to give to students here, you know, to expose the students to the Dominica State College. That being an institution that it's credible and it's much less expensive than most other institutions around the Caribbean and the world, you know. We also are going to institute a student exchange program, you know, sometime down the line, where we have 2 children from St. Martin go to Dominica to live with families, and 2 students from Dominica come here, so that we could understand each other's way of life, each other's schooling, each other's culture, you know, because there is a big difference. You know, we all could learn from each other, you know, by having the students come here and having students go to Dominica. So there's a lot of things that we want to institute, you know, going down the line. There is also another program, not a program, but a request that we got from a village called Colliho, where somebody lost their house during Erica, and they asked us to rebuild that house it's an old lady. She doesn't have children, she's by herself. And one of our members brought us the request, and it's $23,000. So this year, you know, I told the membership we have to collect money, you know, however we do it over a period of time to rebuild that lady's house. So yes, we want to help, OJ, we want to help as much as possible, you know, both in this community and in Dominica.
We definitely want to create a relationship and a bond between St. Martin and Dominica. You asked us about our World Creole Music Festival earlier on, and this is also one of the organizations that we are discussing with in trying to have some representation of St. Martin performing at this event, because we have not had anyone from St. Martin, any of the artists, any of the Calypsonians, any of the bands on this event. So we have been discussing this. Also, one of the events that we are trying to do, and to keep it as an annual event, is a Clash of the Titans, and having, say about the top 4 or 5 Calypsonians from Dominica for the year, and the 4 or 5 top Calypsonians on St. Martin. So what we want to do is to have 2 events. So one event will be hosted on St. Martin, where the guys would come up, and one event would be hosted in Dominica, where the guys would go down. So we've been working with Val Coffey on that, who's one of the top promoters in Dominica, and he also works with the cultural department, and so we're really trying to create a good relationship here.
Let me ask you, what's the national dish in Dominica?
I would say callaloo. You have the callaloo, and you have the broth. We love a fish broth.
Oh.
Where you put in the ground provisions, and so in that, and the callaloo.
Callaloo is one. I don't think we have one particular one, you know.
Oh.
But we have callaloo with the broth, like you're saying. For me, it was something called sancoch.
Yeah,
sancoch is coconut milk, you know, with provisions and fish and stuff like that. That's one thing. Every time I go to Dominica, my mother makes sure she asks for me. Clayton, you come in tomorrow? That is on the plate, on the table waiting for me. I love my sancoch. and of course the Callaloo.
Yeah,
You know, OJ, we take the opportunity to invite you to go to the Creole in the park. You're gonna die and go to heaven. The food that is there.
Yeah.
that was
Oh
the-
my God,
And
the food.
There's a way they prepare the fish in Dominica. They call it coubouillon.
And the thing is, it's all fresh.
beautiful.
Everything is fresh. Not frozen, it's fresh.
Yeah.
You know, chicken, fresh.
It's chicken right from there.
Right from there.
Not
fresh.
frozen coming from somewhere.
Absolutely not.
I love that.
Well, you still have some supermarkets carry.
Yeah.
But mostly
Wow,
local people
that's
carry.
great.
Yeah,
That's
fresh.
good.
Fresh.
And you know what I like about your foundation, and Mr. Williams said it earlier, is how you all go about fundraising. Too often, many foundations on this island go around and just beg companies for X, Y, Z. And I think when you're fundraising, you got to put something into it, and not just always asking people to provide 100% towards the foundation. So I like the way you all are approaching this whole fundraising for the foundation.
And we intend, that's our goal, and we intend to continue like this, because even the events we have organized, that's exactly how we did it.
Yeah.
We went to Caribbean Liquors, we said we are having this. What special can you give us on the drinks? Can we get a case free or whatever as a contribution? But we purchase, and that's what we want to do. We want to work hard.
Let me just take some calls for you, gentlemen, then we'll be right back. Just hold on there one moment. Oral Gibbs Live in caller. Hello. You're on live, caller.
Hello to you and your guests.
Good evening.
As I look at the public relations officer, the public relations officer is from Carib descent. Can't fool me.
No, can I ask, is that true?
My grandmother.
His grandmother.
Yes.
Listen,
I'm listening.
there's a little guest house in Dominica. I forgot the name of it, but it was operated by two tall ladies back then. And it is in the neighborhood of the Carib Theater. Interesting little guest house in the neighborhood of the Carib Theater. The Carib Theater had a lot of paintings on the zinc outside.
What year is that you're speaking about? I'm just
Oh,
curious.
that is something like in the 1970s back then. And besides that, a friend of mine that signed my diploma, Frederick Joseph. What became of Mr. Frederick Joseph? He was connected with the Amalgamated Union or something of the kind. This guy looked very young.
I just about to say, since you mentioned in the 1970s, I think you should put that question to the president.
Then again, there's a place in Dominica that it was called the Beehive. The Beehive. And my friend and I was escorted into the Beehive. It is like a sort of a underground, and music was taking a dust under there.
Is that the place where you did some naughty stuff?
So we did that. I never forget that place.
So you got good memories. Strong memories.
The name of the hotel, Cherry Lodge.
Cherry Lodge. Okay, I know where that is. I know where that is.
You know where that
Yes, I know where that is, on the upper side of Carib Theater. I know where that is, yes.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. But listen, St. Martin have given you a gift, you know. You realize St. Martin have given you a gift?
St. Martin has given me a lot.
The same Carib gentleman with Rohan. Rohan is from Rohan Rui Williams.
Yes.
The Methodist minister, Reverend Rohan. His wife is from Dominica, and if I'm not mistaken, his daughter is a doctor in Dominica. If I'm not mistaken. Reverend Rohan's daughter.
And Reverend Rohan is
Then again,
from here?
don't call me naughty.
No, that was me who used that.
But back then, when we visited there, my friend and I, we was in the river swimming. And do you know what we seen when we were passing across the bridge? There were the young women washing their clothes without any brassiere, and we saw all kind of things.
And you didn't close your eyes?
All kind of things. I mean, don't blame me. We watched at them.
They only did that because they realized you were passing.
They were pretty to look at that. I watched at them.
So it sounds like you had a good time in Dominica.
Back then. And Fort Young. You have Fort Young there too.
Yes. It is still there.
Listen, Dominica was the second place that I ate mountain chicken. You know where I first ate mountain chicken? Right here in St. Martin, at
Okay.
Mary's fancy guest house where I worked. And Dominica was the second place I ate mountain chicken.
You see, this gentleman was the best bartender in St. Martin.
I do it very well. I do it very well.
I made a souvenir, which I gave that souvenir as a gift to the Union in Dominica. I don't know if it's still there. It was made of shells, seashells. But really, frankly speaking, Dominica is a beautiful place. It is beautiful. You know, enjoy yourself.
And I think your wife gonna be beating you too later too, because now you let the secret out of the bag. Your wife listened to you, huh?
Thank you very much.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was nice. But gentlemen, that was a long, long time ago. And people watching the show on the internet might figure like they can go to Dominica and have the same experience. The same, it's not going to happen.
No, well, they will have a good time, but I can tell you they won't get any mountain chicken anymore. Because it's had a period over there where you couldn't catch mountain chicken because it was a disease, right?
Yeah.
Went around, yes.
Oh, all that talk, I'm going to come back to you on that because I love it and I want to ask you more about it. Let's take some calls here. Oral Gibbes Live and call. Oral Gibbes Live and call. Hello. You there, caller?
Hello.
Yes, you're on the air live caller. Go right ahead.
Yeah, how are you? Oh, I'm talking to my Roy.
I'm fine,
Hi,
thank you.
Roy.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. That's your sister, Linda.
Oh, how are you, my darling?
I'm good. You're looking good.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. So I just called to say everything looking good and what you're doing right now is very interesting.
Well, I know exactly who I'm speaking to, and I know this is a family who have always, whenever the foundation has called on them, have always assisted. So I want to say thanks to you guys also as a family you guys are part of the success the foundation is having from August since we started. As a matter of fact, I even know before the foundation came back to life, you guys always did a little something, some Creole cooking at your sister's bar, Seeker's Place.
Yes, Francisco's bar.
Yes, right. So I just want to tell you guys thanks, and with the continued support that we have been receiving from the family, we have places to go.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Okay, you have your TV on, so you're getting confused. All right, so anything else you'd like to add? No, I guess you can't hear because you turned her TV on, so that's what happened when that happened. So, Mr. Felix, you were saying about the mountain chicken. By the way, for people who don't know, that's frogs, right? Yeah.
Frogs, yes. Yes, some time ago, maybe about, I think 10 years ago, there was a disease that went through. And for a while, they tried to conserve, or preserve what was left. I understand just some time ago that they're thinking about reopening the hunting of frogs.
Yeah. Well, they did it in 2 stages. One time they created a hunting season so that it won't get out, and then as the president said 10 years ago, it was the disease. So farmers were going up and you were just seeing mountain chickens dead.
You like it?
Oh, love it.
I love it.
So everybody they eat it.
Yeah. So then they said, for health reasons, they were not aware what transpired. So they ask everyone to please refrain from, having the mountain chicken. But now they're kind of discussing lately.
It's a delicacy, huh?
Well, the first time I had it was at Mother Bay where we used to work, it was sauteed in garlic and butter. Oh man, it's out of this world. I love it.
Yes.
Well, you need to go Dominica and let Granny give you a stew with some Irish potato, a pumpkin soup, and we don't say mountain chicken. Quapo.
I know. Many years ago, I was in a smaller town in Florida, Kissimmee. I had a sister living there. And I went to the supermarket and I bought the frog legs. And nobody wanted to eat them. So when I sorted them, and they saw it and then they tried to taste it, I couldn't get none for myself. I did it the old way, how Mother Bay used to do it, sauteed in butter and garlic. And man, I tell you, everyone who say they will not eat frog legs when they taste it, it's a whole different experience.
Yep, definitely.
But I just want you to remember that name, because when you do go down, to Dominica and you ask for frog, they will say, "Oh, where's this guy from? this is a tourist." But if you say, "Hey, a quapo," you'll get the double portion.
Okay. They use the term quapo, smoke your pipe in Dominica.
Yes, they do.
Yes. Yes, they do.
What I mean?
Quapo, smoke your pipe.
Yeah, what does it mean?
That means things are bad. Things are bad with you, man. Things are bad.
Yeah, but I really got to go there because I hear so much about Dominica, and I'm a person, I love nature, and I can relax in nature. I don't like to go to a crazy place, a lot of traffic. And understanding Dominica is really quiet and serene.
Yeah, the tranquility, the vegetation.
Yes.
It's amazing because it's one thing when you pick a banana off the tree and when you pick up a banana in the supermarket.
It's a big difference.
Totally different.
I got to ask all your question. I know you guys will never lie. Now, is it really, really true that in Dominica there are 365 rivers?
In Dominica?
Let's see that.
Well, some of the rivers, well, as we use the expression and say that they are streams.
Okay.
But if you check all around, you see the thing about it, how people look at it, it's just like the beach. Let's look at St. Martin. It's one beach, but one area is called Orient, one area is called the Galleon.
No, that's different. If you go back to the history, that's Europeans came in and changed it. It's just one name there.
Okay.
And what they did, they put in all these crazy names, Waikiki and all that kind of crap, but there's only really one name. So Europeans come in and changed it, and then everybody accepted it as normal, but it's not like that.
Okay, because some of the rivers, I must say, like in Dominica, say for example, where the famous falls, Trafalgar Falls. Now, if you go up there, then they have an area they call Titu Gouache. But it's the same water from the falls that comes all the way down to Roseau, which we call the Roseau River.
Oh, okay.
Now, that river goes through Baffin State. That area now is a Baffin State River. So you would check Roseau, Baffin State, because all of them in different locations, but it's one huge water base from Trafalgar.
Let me answer that question in a different way now. You see, with all the climate change you have, it has affected a lot of things.
Yeah.
I remember when I was growing up, if you asked me that question, I'll tell you yes. Because Dominica was always very fertile, a lot of rain.
Yeah.
And so everywhere you see a river, And so I'll tell you, yes, Dominica had 365 rivers then. And if you go to Dominica now, you will find that, because just last week, or 2 days ago, we had a lot of water, in Dominica, a lot of rain in Dominica. But in terms of rivers, I had a discussion years ago with a lady who I fell in love with. I got married to her. She brought me to her country, Guyana. And she says, you want to see a river?
That's a river.
That's a river.
Yeah.
They're
massive.
Yes, they're massive. So like my compatriots says, we have streams. Yeah, large streams.
No, but and by the way, since you've been here for 44 years, you know that Orient, when you came, Orient Bay was Orient. That was it.
Yes.
And now they have all those crazy names.
Yes. All the names.
All right, let me take a call for you all again. Oral Gibbes live and call. Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
I'm calling just to say congrats to Rohan
Thank you.
and his team. This is Narissa, Francisca's daughter.
Oh.
And also tomorrow we'll be having callaloo, so you can pass tomorrow and get the callaloo.
And get the callaloo tomorrow.
Yeah.
For me too, Narissa.
Okay.
Definitely, I will be there.
So that came from Dominica?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Good evening, and thank you so much.
Okay, that's a call.
Thank you.
Take care.
So this callaloo, how they prepare it now?
The callaloo?
Yeah.
Well, they cook, they do smoke. They do smoke the meat. Sometimes they use crab.
Crab, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
In there, but they use a special leaf from the
Dashin.
dashin leaf,
yeah,
right?
Yes.
So they use the dashin leaf, which is chopped in a lot of the.
You see, he's from a part of Dominica where they don't grow much. They do a lot of fish.
Oh.
I'm from a part of Dominica where we're more into agriculture. So the dashin leaf is what
they use. So and with the provision they put in there the bananas, the tanias, and it's cooked and it's
delicious. Delicious.
So definitely I will be passing and getting my callaloo tomorrow.
This whole callaloo is like a cook.
Yeah, it's a soup.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
And it's something that people from Dominica really love.
Oh
yes.
They call it the soup of making babies.
Yeah. it's like San Domingo. They have this sancocho.
Sancocho, yes. Similar.
Oh, okay.
Similar.
So you all have anything planned, say, between now and say July this year?
Well, the 16th.
The 16th of
April.
Okay.
Tentatively, that's what we have discussed as the executive. What we do, in our protocol as the foundation, we hold an executive meeting and decide, okay, we want to do it. Then we take it to the board members, and then further to the members. So even before it went into the board, we are saying it because the executive had the discussion, and we're looking to do it back again at Normally's place. So we spoke to Normally, and so everything is looking pretty much positive for the 16th of April, where we're going to do fundraising barbecue again.
And that's a Saturday?
Yes, Saturday. That's a Saturday. So from 10 a.m. to about 4 p.m.
So now you're doing a barbecue and you're not going to have callaloo?
Well, we had some chicken soup. We had some chicken soup, and now that you have just mentioned it, I think I know exactly where to go in getting them to make sure that there's callaloo available.
Yeah. You gotta have that
On the
because I mean,
16th.
if that's such a key thing, man.
Yes,
you
yes,
should-
yes, yes.
So I know exactly where to go. Thanks very much for that input there, and it did not fall on deaf ears. So I know for sure we're going to see Oral at.
Yes, yes. We'll let you know. We'll let you
Yeah.
know.
All right,
So,
that's good.
We'll let you know.
Keep your.
Because in Sinker they have this thing called goat water, something like that.
Goat water.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
first time I had it, I was so disappointed. I was expecting to see goat meat and all that. It's just brown water. Sorry, my friends.
Show
I'm
you,
thinking,
callaloo is not like that. Absolutely not.
no, it's a big difference.
Yes.
Big difference. Big difference.
Yeah, so gentlemen, we're just about out of time, but I still want you all to maybe recap in case someone tuned in late. You know, we only have about 2 minutes about the foundation and what you're doing, if they can help, how they can help.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, as we said as we started this program, with the assistance we got from this island here during the storm Erica, a lot of us felt it worthwhile in continuing the Dominica St. Martin Foundation. We have our mission is to assist our community compadres, which is right here on St. Martin, and assist also in Dominica, the homeland where we are from. But most of our efforts and fundraising will be right here on St. Martin and developing the different parties on St. Martin who needs assistance, because we felt like when Dominica needed assistance, the community of St. Martin stepped up and assisted us very well. So I also want to take this opportunity on behalf of the foundation and thank the population of St. Martin for the great support they have given the foundation from August 2015 to date.
Okay. And to the president of the foundation?
Well, OG, we'd like to thank you for having us here tonight. It means a lot to us because for us, the foundation is a vehicle where we could achieve certain things for our people and for our country, for St. Martin. We'd like to ask the many Dominicans who are here to join us, give us an opportunity to serve you, to serve the public of St. Martin, to serve the public of Dominica. At the moment, we are assisting one kid, Jairan. You never know. I mean, it's now him. Tomorrow, maybe somebody else. Once we have a functioning foundation, we can do those things. Without that foundation, we can't. So we invite all Dominicans, able-bodied Dominicans, to join us, help us achieve our goals.
Well, gentlemen, I want to thank you both, Mr. Felix and Mr. Williams, and wish you all much success with the foundation. All right?
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
very
Thank
much.
you very much.
And we're out of time, and that's it for now. I'll see you next time right here on our Oral Gibbs Live. Until then, good night. Take care. Bye.